Imagine walking into a crowded high school hallway, every sound amplified because you can't see what's happening around you. Imagine hearing laughter, not because you told a joke, but because they're laughing at you. Now imagine carrying a secret so powerful that those same laughs could turn into gasps in a matter of seconds. This is the story of Aaliyah, a blind black girl who was underestimated, mocked, and humiliated until the day the bullies learned she was far stronger than they ever dreamed. Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you'll see that true vision doesn't come from the eyes, it comes from the heart. Aaliyah was born with a rare condition that took her eyesight before she could even walk. Yet from the very beginning, her mother raised her not with pity, but with pride. "Your eyes may not see, baby girl," her mother would say, "but your spirit sees more than most people ever will." By the time she was in high school, Aaliyah had developed an incredible sense of independence. She could navigate the school with her cane, memorize class notes with Braille, and even crack jokes that made her closest friends laugh until they cried. But not everyone saw her strength. To some, she was just the blind girl, a target. It started small, whispers in the hallway, the occasional shove, mocking voices imitating the way she tapped her cane. But then the bullying grew louder, crueler. One boy deliberately placed a trash can in her path, so she tripped and fell in front of everyone. Another girl yanked her cane away, leaving her helpless in the middle of the cafeteria. The laughter cut deeper than any bruise. Aaliyah would go home, sit on her bed, and let silent tears slip down her cheeks. She never told her mother the full extent of the torment. Instead, she clenched her fists and whispered to herself, "One day, they'll see who I really am." Because there was one part of Aaliyah's life that almost no one knew about. Since the age of 7, she had trained in karate. Her uncle, a former martial arts champion, taught her to use her other senses, sound, vibration, timing to fight. What started as self-defense grew into a passion, a discipline, and a source of pride. By 15, she had earned her black belt. But to her classmates, she was just helpless Aaliyah. And they had no idea that the very girl they mocked could dismantle their cruelty in ways they never imagined. The breaking point came one rainy afternoon. Aaliyah was heading home when the group of bullies cornered her near the gym. "Hey, blind girl," one sneered, "do you even know where you're going, or do you just swing that stick around for attention?" They laughed, circling her like vultures. One boy shoved her shoulder so hard she stumbled into a puddle. Her uniform got soaked, and the mud clung to her hands. Aaliyah felt her chest tighten. For a moment, the familiar helplessness returned. But then she heard her uncle's voice in her memory. "Karate isn't about fighting, it's about balance. It's about knowing your worth, even when the world doesn't." She stood up slow and steady, her head turning toward the voices she recognized. A quiet strength filled her lungs as she whispered, "You've had your fun, but now it's over." The bullies erupted into laughter again, mistaking her calm voice for weakness. One boy moved closer, mocking, "Or what? You gonna swing your cane at us?" But in that instant, Aaliyah let her cane drop softly to the ground. She shifted her stance, feet firm, knees bent, body centered. Though her eyes could not see, her ears picked up every shuffle of their sneakers, every breath, every mocking giggle. The first shove came, and Aaliyah moved with lightning speed. She sidestepped, grabbed the bully's wrist, and twisted it in a controlled lock she had practiced 1,000 times. He yelped, stumbling to the ground. The hallway went silent. Another rushed forward, but Aaliyah was ready. With a swift movement, she pivoted, delivering a sharp but precise kick that knocked his balance away without causing serious harm. He crashed into the lockers, his bravado instantly gone. One by one, they tried her, and one by one, she showed them that blindness was not weakness, it was her hidden strength. Her movements were fluid, confident, graceful. She wasn't fighting out of anger, but with discipline, every motion a statement, "I am not what you think I am." By the time the last boy backed away, trembling, the crowd of students that had gathered wasn't laughing anymore. They were stunned. The helpless blind girl stood tall, her breathing calm, her face lifted with quiet dignity. A teacher finally arrived, demanding to know what had happened. But the bullies couldn't speak. They were too shaken, too humiliated. Aaliyah simply picked up her cane, brushed the dirt from her sleeve, and said softly, "I think they finally see me now." From that day on, everything changed. The bullies never dared mock her again. Some of the same kids who once laughed at her now admired her, asking questions about her training, wanting to understand her world. Aaliyah didn't become popular overnight, but she became respected, and more importantly, she showed everyone what true vision means. Years later, when she shared her story publicly, she ended it with the same words she whispered to herself on those nights when the bullying felt unbearable. Strength doesn't come from what you see in the mirror. It comes from what you refuse to let break you.